We welcome you to ACC Network Women's Basketball, where today it's a matinee and a milestone for Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets looking to match their best start in school history. Head coach Missy Bilderback led the Warhawks to 21 wins a year ago, most wins in 16 years. Picked preseason fourth in the Sun Belt, their highest preseason ranking since joining the league in 2006. Meanwhile, Nell Fortner approaching 100 career wins as head coach of the Yellow Jackets. And if you can't already figure out, it is their annual holiday sweater game and a big Ted Lasso fan.
Right.
In Nell Fortner.
You can't mind that sweater.
As Georgia Tech wins the tap, they immediately go down low to Kara Dunn, who puts it in and puts Tech on the board.
Well, that's good. They already see the mismatch that Kara Dunn has on the guard defending her, so she was able to post up and get the easy land.
Dunn a team-high 14 points in a comfortable win versus Mercer on Sunday. Georgia Tech, one of 10 remaining unbeaten teams in college basketball. Here's Johnson to the foul line, shoots it across, and that jumper bounces around and off. Termes the rebound. So take a look at the Georgia Tech starting five. No changes here. You got four returning starters in your top seven scorers. Beck, no need to mess with it. Oh, great backup, but the layup is short by Morgan. He's out there with Noguero, Termes, Dunn, Smith. And now the Louisiana Monroe starting five. Zakiah White, Florida State transfer, along with Caitlin Manuel, Melanie Timms, three-point threat. Jacayla Johnson and the Clemson transfer. Nia Valentine as it's ripped away by White. And now pried away by the Jackets. Here's Tony Morgan to a cutting Noguero. And almost throws it away. It'll stay with Georgia Tech. First all-time meeting between the Yellow Jackets and Warhawks. The inbound is slapped away by White. Fast break now, and Johnson. Termes in pursuit. Great bounce ahead, and Zakiah White with the finish to tie us at two.
They are attacking and going hard and strong to the basket.
A two-man game. Termes with the flip off the feet from Morgan. She's a three-point threat. She's a facilitator. She can stretch the floor and create some mismatches as that three connects in the corner.
As you said, you know, this team, the Warhawks, they have some players on their roster that have some power forward experience.
They're not yet the best version of themselves on that side of the floor. That pull-up doesn't fall. Race for the rebound. And Smith able to squirt it loose to Dunn. Georgia Tech, a team always active in the open floor. Morgan winding through, drops it off to Smith. Fit on the lane for the finish.
Oh, that was a dime.
Zoe Smith, the grad transfer from the University of Georgia, narrowly missed a double-double versus Mercer. 13 points, 9 rebounds. And again, it's Morgan leading the break to Dunn. The kick out, Noguero wants another three. Gets another three.
And she's knocked down two big threes early in this one for Georgia Tech.
This is a very potent three-point shooting Georgia Tech team. Noguero below 30% this year, but a couple of knockdowns early. Once again, the Jackets in the open floor. Smith with the finish, and Missy Bilderback wants time. Trying to build, you're trying to hold your team accountable as Noguero steals the inbound. Noguero in the open floor for two. Timms trying to penetrate on Carnegie. Off the window, no. Termes the rebound. Makes ULM 2 of 9 from the floor. Carnegie pitches out. Morgan lines up the three. Back iron. Rebound Blackshear. And Georgia Tech will settle down the possession.
And that's good hustle on the offensive rebounding for Georgia Tech.
Dunn, tough catch on the cut. She banks it in. Timms went toppling, no whistle. Excited to see what those two can do as upperclassmen. Ambushed in the corner, thrown away. Numbers the other way. Dunn leaking out, tracks it down, double, clutches it up and in.
And she brought that basketball down to her knee and was still able to get it up off the glass for the lay-in.
That is some strength and body control by Kara Dunn. It's now a 16-0 Georgia Tech run. 25 Yellow Jackets. Down's the transfer from Mercer. Trying to barrel her way in, and she gets called for steps.
Besides that opening possession layup that the Warhawks were able to get, you haven't seen any layups. Georgia Tech has done a great job clogging the lane, moving their feet, Georgia Tech, to move, rotate, stop penetration in the paint.
And didn't want to give up downhill drives as that three doesn't hit for Augustinaite. Blackshear, Georgia Tech's best offensive rebounder, able to reload the possession. Also freshman Chastity Chit-Chat Wright in off the bench for Georgia Tech. Augustinaite lets it fly and swishes it. Augustinaite has a hair trigger, does she not? The sophomore from Lithuania was 5th in the ACC last year in three-pointers per game. A high-low. Nice lob over the top. And the finish by Layla Walker, the junior. Got a great seal on Augustinaite. Will not hesitate. And she's finding her form early. Or McCamish Pavilion. Rusne Augustinaite considers that within her range. Inside of a minute and a half in the first quarter. Gentle jumper falls from the baseline by Walker. No surprise, Augustinaite met on the catch. Termes backdoor feed to Wright. It was a great cut by Wright, but a great dish.
Louisiana Monroe just to 9 points.
And not only defense, but defensive rebounding like there from Carnegie. And Georgia Tech can hold for the final possession. Georgia Tech 12 of 18 from the floor in the first half. Up by 19, Carnegie. Trying to put her defender on skates. The freeze dribble, the blow by, but they'll call her for the offensive foul.
Easy call for the refs to make.
And Valentine sacrificing her body. She'll pull up to beat the shot clock. No. Is there a foul called? I believe there was. It's a first-team JUCO All-American at Shelton State Community College in her native Alabama. She splits the pit trip 28-10, and that now does it for the first quarter at McCamish. Sharp start on this mid-afternoon tip for the homestanding Yellow Jackets.
Pushing the basketball, getting points in transition, and having a defensive identity that creates offense.
Tony Morgan, no points in that first quarter, but 5 assists. Off the flash, Johnson catches, squares, shoots, and Morgan swoops in for the rebound.
I'm telling you, between those assists and rebounds for Morgan, she doesn't need to score.
Oh, we'll have an illegal screen on Blackshear. Just 4-26 their previous 2 games. Timms drops it off. White picks up the dribble on Blackshear. Pass out was tipped and stolen by Noguero. Zips it ahead to Morgan. Morgan off glass, but she draws the foul. Morgan, 72% foul shooter this year. And their win over South Dakota State out in Hawaii. Connects on the second. Jackets lead is 20. Oh, Noguero got another steal. Oh, she has been a pickpocket. Noguero's been larcenous so far, giving her teammates some ideas as well. Morgan almost got the steal there on Leak. Cycled around, mishandled by Johnson, is on the floor. Johnson tied up with Smith. You can really be irritating with so many guards and your quickness and agility. And frustrate opponents that way. Noguero with a third 3 of the game. It's 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from 3. Hell, she had 6 threes all season. And another turnover forced by the Jackets. Already Noguero is season high. Only 13 minutes into this one. Morgan off the screen from Termes. Dribbles it off her heel. She has to recollect and send across to Noguero. Oh, another great back cut in the reverse by Dunn. What a pretty dime from Termes, though.
Yeah, that's too easy.
Downs goes to work on Morgan, offensive foul. We're going to tighten up on Noguero. The shooting start that she's had. Morgan drives and pinches. Smith for 3, short, grabs her own. Double clutches it and scores. Timms finds White. White over Smith, an air ball. And kind of a stagnant first half of offense in the half court for Louisiana Monroe as they've switched to his zone. Termes, pump fake, kicks out to Morgan.
Yeah, the zone's helping them right now to being able to recover on shooters, but not in the paint like that.
You see that stop and go from Morgan. Valentine on Noguero.
Bad shot in that matchup. But you see right now, Louisiana Monroe trying to figure something out offensively. And too much one-on-one.
You want to show hustle and battle.
Yeah. And you want to be rewarded for it,
yeah.
right?
Blackshear mid-range, that's her spot.
The last 2 seasons, she's been a starter for this squad, coming off the bench, but she has still continued her role of being a solid defender and rebounder for this Georgia Tech squad.
Saved momentarily by Manuel, but she stepped out of bounds.
Off the bench, that's an explosion that Georgia Tech has not had in a few seasons.
Oh, nice pull by Augustinaite.
Her trying to get that consistency offensively, and this is a game for her to practice that. They're going to need her against UNC on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Not knock down a three to save her life, but since the season has progressed, she's starting to get more of a rhythm, and this is the time you want to see it as you get close to conference play.
Drops it off her right. She pulls the trigger, connects on the three.
Distribute the basketball.
Chichat Wright, a season-high 10 points against Mercer on Sunday. They envelop White on the double team, still finds Valentine. She can't find her touch from three. Carnegie on the run. Johnson back. Carnegie to crossover, and she finesses it in. More pleased with her team's defensive attention to detail. They've held ULM 20% shooting. Here's Manuel, the fall-away baseline, and she swishes it.
That was a big-time shot by Manuel, and just got her positioned in and did a nice turnaround J on the baseline.
Senior from Longtail, Louisiana, last year's Sun Belt 6th Woman of the Year. Carnegie, a three. Answers right back. 8 seconds to go. Manuel double team. Throws over to Valentine. Bounces across. Johnson slashing through on Augustinaite. Good contest. Bouncing free. Out of bounds. 6/10 of a second left. Well, in the second quarter of their last game versus Mercer, Georgia Tech outscored the Bears 22-4. And in the second quarter here. Ooh! Did that count? Did it count? Chit-chat right. Brings the fans to their feet. Let's take another look from beyond half court
to determine whether or not the basket counts.
Let's see here.
So smooth with it.
Oh, it's
so
going to be close.
You know, so far, a great start for Georgia Tech in this game. You know, giving them the formula of preparing and getting ready of the type of intensity they're going to have to play once ACC play starts on Sunday against number 14 UNC.
Yeah, to break the school record for best start, it'll have to be earned against that ranked North Carolina team. But then again, Georgia Tech ranked itself. Warhawks possession as we're underway in the second half. Timms with the step back. Offensive rebound from White.
First one, and that was a big offensive rebound.
I figured Zakiya White would be the likeliest candidate to grab an O board. Warhawks leader in that category. Oh, nice dribble drive, but Johnson can't finish. Was able to turn the corner. Now 2-on-2. Morgan with the in and out dribble and the scoop with the left. That was pretty. Picked preseason 10th in the ACC, but certainly getting the rest of the conference.
Once the season starts, you never really know what you're going to get from a team, and Georgia Tech's they're showing a difference than they have in the past 2 seasons.
Smith got a great seal underneath and still the chance for an and one.
Termis was ready to pass it. Good lay-in.
So Smith, who nearly had a double-double versus Mercer.
See, they already have an impactful effect to start the season.
The entry, the fall away, and the bucket by Manuel.
Yeah, Manuel can shoot that shot. That seems to be her spot, that little turnaround.
But the Warhawks didn't get back down floor. Shot clock did not reset. She's got 4 to shoot. She launches and hits.
But I like what she did. She knew where she wanted to take her shot. Told her teammate to step up to set that screen on Dunn.
At Jones. Body's got tangled up underneath, and that foul goes on the Jackets and Smith.
This is a squad that's trying to build, get better, and make some noise in the Sun Belt.
And Tim starting to find her throw. The home run pass ahead to Dunn. She gathers, goes up strong, and lays it in.
To still give Tony Morgan the assist. See what they can get in their offensive sets against this man-to-man that Georgia Tech's playing.
And look, Coach Bilderbeck just wants to see her team play the right way.
Right.
Oh, loose ball comes underneath, and Walker draws the foul. Seeing the success of a player like Daisha Bradford, that'll entice more players who hop in the portal to consider Louisiana Monroe. Get more playing time.
Right.
There's a deep three, Carnegie. That's one way to bust a zone. Seen her drain a couple of threes in this quarter. An air ball here. Saved over the baseline, but on the leap, Gray stepped out. That 3/4 court pressure that sags back into the matchup zone. It looks like Louisiana Monroe shifting back to the man after Carnegie drained that three. Augustinaite with a couple of threes in that first half. Pure on her first pull of the second. Timms all the way through on right.
That was a good move.
She is a three-point threat. Has made 11 of those this year. We know about Carnegie, though.
That's her signature move. She fakes you like she's going to take the handoff dribble and keep dribbling.
Gray grazes the rim on the three. Pulled away by Carnegie. Dani Carnegie 11 points as it poked out of her hands. See this early season, they have earned that right.
And that's been good hustle.
Yeah, great steal by Johnson. Gathers herself, lays it in. Louisiana Monroe's first preseason first team all Sun Belt selection since 2006. Carnegie left open. Another three down the well.
She's feeling it.
Loose, and that is last off of Johnson.
Because it especially in ACC play, it's going to be players that get by you, flow by you, but you got to have that help defense. Your teammates have to come and make that sacrifice.
All right, with a spin and the foul.
Woo. She had her on skates. Nice spin move, but able to draw that foul. And she understands with her handle, it creates opportunities because she's an undersized guard, but she's so quick that she can get past her defender pretty easily.
Four-star freshman out of Atlanta. See her numbers on the season. Didn't get that beyond half-court heave off in time to end the second quarter. Makes a couple of free throws here. Final seconds, Johnson lays it off Valentine for three off the rim. And that takes us to the end of the third. Just recorded.
I know, that's going to be a matchup right there.
There's Gabbie Grooms off the cut. And a foul call.
You don't see as often as the other two freshmen, but getting some good quality minutes.
Fortner saw her a moment ago. Former assistant coach at Louisiana Tech. I hate to hear the news about Fudd.
Yeah.
And her availability now in question for that Notre Dame game.
Right, with that matchup, saying she has a knee sprain, but...
The basket in transition by Blackshear. Valentine with a pump fake. Got Thompson off her feet. Now Valentine. There's Smith from the baseline off the mark. Louisiana Monroe has already tested itself against Alabama. With Mississippi State next week. Georgia Tech here in the first matchup. How about that flip?
So far, a good showing this afternoon to show the focus and that they're trying to get prepared for that battle.
And Nell was telling us that Ariadne Termes has a couple of biomedical engineering finals. There's an and one by Blackshear. Speaking of Ariadne Termes, I wouldn't be surprised if she's at that Georgia Tech bench with her books open right now studying. She might be one of those players who has a final literally tonight. Approach the midway mark of our fourth quarter. Timms on the drive. Ricochets back to Timms. She was trying to find a leak there. Pass got tipped. Already a fifth foul of the quarter against ULM. So free throws here, and the first one.
Well, just talking about like the players like Timms and others who've transferred from Power 4 conferences, it's cool where you're going to be sitting on the bench and losing time.
Yeah, you know, that could be a great niche for a program like Louisiana Monroe as that bank shot falls. Longest conference win streak in 19 years. A step back, Augustiniate horseshoes off.
Well, I think it's a great selling point, too, for recruits and especially transfers in the portal. Like, you come here, you're going to get playing time and you're going to get an opportunity. So she's intentional. She's just not recruiting players for them to sit and watch. She's trying to build a program that can really compete in the Sun Belt and hopefully eventually win conference championships.
ULM just 3 of 20 from three. Augustiniate with another one. A 4-3 for Rusne Augustinaite, the sophomore.
Brought in, these are her recruits. So she has created or brought together a system or a team that can really make some things happen this season.
And she liked the way that her freshmen, among them Tiana Thompson, who got the bucket.
So that was something key. These kids don't know how to lose, and in the last few seasons with Georgia Tech's play, there's been a consistency of not, winning or putting enough wins up to make it to the postseason and do well. So it's just a different atmosphere, and I just think it's that type of team or atmosphere. Because these wins, they haven't just come against so-called weak competition. They've played some good teams.
Oh, great blow by and the bucket by Thompson. That's that kind of ball rotation that'll give you whiplash. Tiana Thompson has 6 points. Every Yellow Jacket who has played has scored. Valentine from the baseline finesses it in.
Louisiana Monroe squad, I think they're going to make some noise in the Sun Belt and be quite prepared.
Gabbie Grooms connects on her fourth three of the year. And a 13th as a team for Georgia Tech. Downs exploding down the baseline, misses the runner. About a 5-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Not since 1977-78 as the Georgia Tech women's basketball team started 10-0. The Nell Fortner squad will match that this afternoon.
And this is another good win for Georgia Tech, as we said, as they get into conference play on Sunday. Hopefully keep with this winning mentality, keep preparing, get the finals behind you, hopefully, and have a good showing on Sunday in Chapel Hill.
Shot clock winding down. Augustinaite from way downtown. Why not? A 5th three of the day.
I mean, is
and
she
that was
not
from
a
the
fan
connector.
favorite? Right, that was deep. That's the way she likes to shoot it.
Valentine, and that'll do it. 97-37. And with that, Georgia Tech.